Good morning, I'm Juliana Stem, and today is Monday, November 22nd, 2021. Here are your daily announcements. The Gallery Mall has requested students to decorate foam core ornaments for display throughout the Galleria during the holiday season. Students must complete both sides of the ornament and need to be returned to Mrs. Ringler by Wednesday, November 24th. Any suitable medium is acceptable, along with appropriate themes. See Mrs. Ringler for more information and to select your ornament shape. Varsity wrestlers, you will not practice today. There will be a very short meeting in the library at dismissal today. This includes any football athletes. Football players will be dismissed promptly for their practice. The rest of the team will practice in the wrestling room. Your weather forecast for today.
A high chance of snow in the morning with strong winds and a high of 34 degrees Fahrenheit.
Lunch will be 4 cheese mac and cheese with honey pepper chicken strips.
The angel tree is here in Mr. Wintering's room. He's going to give us more information on it.
Very easy. All you have to do is get a tag off the tree and then fill this out with your name, the child's name, and there's a number on the tag. Do your shopping. There's a little suggestion on the tag what the child wants, or there's also tags for elderly people as well. You don't have to get everything that they want, of course. Some kids put down they want a new car. I get it. Get what you can. If you can't afford to do it by yourself, I always tell kids, get together, 4 or 5 of you, put $5 or $10 a piece, and you can get some nice gifts. Buy the gifts, put them in the bag, put the tree tag in the bag, tie it up, bring it in here. Don't wrap them. That's left to the people that are the parents or guardians of the kids to do. That gives them an opportunity to be involved. We've always filled out probably 150 to 200 tags. That's our goal this year, so I appreciate you coming down and doing it. Thank you.
You're so good. High five.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Welcome. I'm Brandon from Los Angeles, California.
Hey everyone, my name is Braylon and I'm a senior at Steel Canyon High School in San Diego, California.
What's up? My name is Gus. I'm a junior at Chase Collegiate School in Waterbury, Connecticut.
We're from Sandy Hook Promise, and we're here to talk with you about the Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system. And it's 3 easy steps that help prevent shootings, violence, suicide, and other harmful acts in your school and community. Trust me. Violence is not something I take lightly. As an educator in Los Angeles, I lost several students to violence. If we had learned to say something, I believe many of those students would have been saved. The Safe to Say Something program has 3 important steps. Step 1, look for warning signs and threats. Step 2, when you observe a sign or threat, act immediately and take it seriously. And step 3, say something to a trusted adult, call 911, or use the Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system. Using these 3 steps, you will make a real difference in keeping your school safe and getting help for people who need it. Before we jump into the details of each step, I want to emphasize that schools are safe. In fact, they are one of the safest places to be in your community. However, they aren't immune to shootings, violence, suicide, threats, and other harmful acts.
For instance, almost 20%, or 1 in every 5 students, report being bullied. You may not realize this, but bullying has a significant and negative impact on your personal and overall school safety.
In addition to bullying, far too many students ideate about, attempt, or die by suicide. 17%, or 1 in every 6 students, consider suicide.
Students who are hurting can also turn their pain into hurting others. Every year in this country, there are on average 33 school shootings.
Shootings are just one form of violence and crime that can occur within schools. Other forms of violence and crime include dating violence, verbal abuse, physical abuse, and theft. In fact, 79% of schools have reported incidents of crime. Some cases involve weapons, some do not. In all cases, incidents of crime in schools make everyone, students, teachers, and parents, feel like their school is less safe.
So as you've heard and read, while schools are safe, they're not immune to violence. The good news that these shootings, violence, suicides, and other harmful acts are preventable. That's because there are often warning signs and threats shown by individuals in need of help before a tragedy takes place. In fact, research shows that 87% of active school shooters planned their attacks in advance and often gave verbal, physical, and virtual signs that they were planning and plotting to harm others. Also, 70% of people who die by suicide tell someone of their plans or give some other warning sign. 37% of threats of violence were sent electronically before a violent act occurred. So, if we teach you how to look for these warning signs and threats, empower you to act immediately and take it seriously, and then say something, you will help reduce violence and create safer and healthier schools. Let's start with step 1. Look for warning signs and threats.
What is a warning sign? Warning signs are thoughts, feelings, actions, and behaviors that show you that a friend or classmate may intend to hurt themselves or others. It is important that you don't dismiss warning signs as someone just joking around, being dramatic, or seeking attention. Some warning signs might be more subtle or harder to observe. Here are some examples of warning signs. Withdrawal from others, bullying or hitting, having negative role models like school shooters, excessive anger, extreme mood changes, feelings of rejection, thoughts or plans of harming themselves or others, blames others for own failures, fear of riding the bus or going to school, will not forgive or forget the wrongs of other people, a big personality change, feelings of isolation, and dramatic changes in physical appearances.
Other warning signs include actions that are more obvious to observe, such as giving away possessions, fascinations with suicide, rigid beliefs or ideologies, bragging about access to guns, fascination with weapons or school shootings, fascinations with or writing and drawing about death, recruiting a friend to join an attack, warning a friend to stay away from school or an event, or bragging about an upcoming attack.
You also need to look out for threats. So, what is a threat? A threat is when a person communicates that they intend to harm themselves or someone else. They might say it, write it, or post it. Here are some examples of threats. After an act of violence in a different school, if a person says, someone should do that here, or someone should blow this place up, that is a threat. Threats could also be someone posting or saying, life isn't worth living. I'm going to take her and her friends out. You'd be better off without me. Or they will regret they ever met me. These types of statements clearly indicate that someone may be considering hurting themselves or someone else. So where can we find warning signs and threats? Anywhere and everywhere. You could find them on the bus, in the cafeteria, in hallways, in the classroom, at parties, and sporting events.
While you are going to find warning signs and threats everywhere, you are most likely to find them on social media. Like me, I'm sure many of you have seen warning signs on Insta, Snap, and other social media platforms. It's where many students go to make a threat or express their feelings, including anger, anxiety, or depression. And trust me, the adults aren't on the same platforms we are, so they aren't seeing everything we see. We are the eyes and ears of our school. That's why we need to learn how to recognize when someone needs help. Here are examples from students threatening to harm others. Rebecca is so fake. Can't wait to wipe that smile off her stupid face. I'm going to use this today. Here are examples showing students threatening to harm themselves. None of this is worth it. I'm doing it tonight. The loneliness and pressure are building, finding a release any way I can. Here are some examples with warning signs about potential school shootings. All you losers better get ready to run tomorrow. I'm coming to blow you all away. #bullseye. Y'all thought I was playing. I wouldn't come to school tomorrow if I were you.
I want to emphasize that the Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system isn't just about preventing violence and suicide. It can also be used to help someone that is being physically or verbally abused, someone that has a substance abuse or addiction problem, someone who has an eating disorder, or other serious issues they may be dealing with. Now that you know step 1, how to recognize warning signs and threats, let's learn about step 2, act immediately and take it seriously. It's important to act immediately and take it seriously when you see a warning sign or threat, because all too often, no one acts at all.
There are many reasons why we don't act immediately. For instance, we think a student is joking, not serious with their threat, or that someone else will do or say something about it to an adult. Listen to these common statements and thoughts. We all spoke to him, and he said he would never do that. I thought someone else would tell someone. I thought they would feel better tomorrow. They're too young to hurt themselves or others. He just wants attention. It's not real. I would say something if it was a big enough deal. I'm waiting for the right moment to say something. If he was going to do something, why would he announce it publicly? You know, just because it may be difficult doesn't mean it's an excuse for doing nothing. Not taking warning signs seriously and failing to act immediately could result in tragic consequences for you, your friends, and your classmates.
I can appreciate that what we're asking you to do may seem hard, but it doesn't have to be. It's helpful to know that there's no specific age when people start to show warning signs, and it's okay if you don't understand why a person is doing or saying something that concerns you. You can leave this to experts to understand and determine what help that person may need. Remember, individuals often announce their planned actions or show other warning signs. The most important thing is that if you see warning signs and threats, you act immediately and take it seriously. It's up to you to be an upstander, not a bystander, for your friends and classmates. Another reason that prevents students from acting immediately is that they fear they may be labeled a traitor or a snitch. They also may be afraid of being alienated, getting physically hurt, or getting into trouble.
There's a huge difference between saying something and telling on someone, or snitching. When you snitch, you're looking for a reason to get someone in trouble, either to create problems for them or to get something for yourself. When you say something, you're trying to get someone help for their own safety. Saying something is about helping someone else.
After we see warning signs or threats, act immediately and take it seriously. The final step is to say something to a trusted adult, call 911, or use the Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system. One of the ways that you can say something is to tell a trusted adult. They have the experience and knowledge to get help.
A trusted adult is someone who will listen to you and someone you can always rely on. My trusted adult is my teacher, Miss Walker. I can go to her if I ever have a problem or see any of my classmates displaying warning signs. Your trusted adults can be a lot of different people. They could be your school teacher, your school administrator, your counselor, or your coach. They could also be someone outside of school, your parent or guardian, a friend's parent, family member, or a religious leader. Talking to adults or 911 about a warning sign or threat that you are seeing can sometimes feel difficult or awkward. But here is what you can do to prepare for this conversation. Gather any text, photos, videos, or other communications that you have available to show your trusted adult or share with 911.
After you gather any evidence you may have, there are 3 important parts to having a conversation. First, you must be direct. You can start your conversation with a sentence like, I must talk to you about my friend Jane, or I need to report an emergency about my friend Joe. Second, you want to explain the warning signs you're seeing with a sentence like, I noticed threats made to hurt other students. Finally, you want to clarify what you want to see happen as a next step with a sentence like, I need your help now to get my friend help immediately. And if you have it, bring the individual's full name, address, and any social media information. You just learned how to say something to a trusted adult or call 911. But what if a trusted adult is unavailable or you're not comfortable calling 911? Use the Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system.
You might be wondering, does that mean I have to give my personal information to a stranger? No. The Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system is completely anonymous, so you don't have to give any information about yourself that you don't want to. The Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system works by simply submitting your concern or issue using the app, telephone hotline, or website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are trained crisis counselors ready to receive and act on anything you submit to them. To use the app, download it to your phone or mobile device. Search for Safe to Say Something Anonymous Reporting System in either Google Play or the App Store. Next time you have your phone, remember to download the app.
Once you've downloaded the app, open it on your mobile device. The first time you launch the app, you will need to create your own numeric passcode. Then you can sign in. Next is to locate your school within the app. Select the concern from the menu that you would like to address. You will then be asked to type in details about your concern. Finally, upload any photos, videos, or sound files related to your concern, and then hit submit. You will be able to have an anonymous two-way conversation with a crisis counselor to ensure they have all the information they need to get help for the individual you're concerned about. You will also get a case number so you can log back in at a later time and add more information if you want. If you want to submit a tip on the website rather than through the app, first go to safetosaypa.org. Once there, select the Submit a Tip icon and then complete the form.
If you'd prefer to submit a tip over the phone, call 1-844-SAF-2SAY or 1-844-723-2729. You will speak with a crisis counselor who will ask you a series of questions. Before the call is over, the crisis counselor will provide you with a tip number and password. This information will allow you to log in online and provide new or additional information you may have about your tip. After you've logged in online, it allows you to exchange private messages to share any additional anonymous information. It's as easy as that. Thanks to your anonymous tip, the crisis counselor will work with the appropriate people in your school or community to act on your tip and intervene as needed.
Today, you learn the 3 steps to the Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system. Step 1. Look for warning signs and threats. Step 2. Act immediately and take these warning signs seriously. And Step 3. Say something to a trusted adult, call 911, or use the Safe to Say Something anonymous reporting system.
By bringing the 3 steps of Safe to Say Something into our day-to-day lives, we, as students, will be able to reduce violence and threats in our schools and make our schools and communities a better place to be. We have the power to make a difference in the world around us just by saying something.
Thank you for taking the time to learn about Safe to Say Something.
A high chance of snow in the morning with the strong winds. Go to strong winds.